Hey guys, it's me, Jessie Sponberg, fresh from Cathedral Park, where we were just able to get the Icebreaker Fennica to turn around and go back to Swan Island. Uh, I make this video, I don't usually make videos like this, but I think this is an important one for people to understand what's going on, because I hear a lot of people and I see a lot of people that are advocating for something that I don't think they understand, and they're using a logic that they don't seem to understand. They're just perpetuating what they heard somebody else say, and using their reactionary instincts to just say whatever kind of inflammatory stuff without thinking it through. So we're going to take a moment right here. We're going to try to think this through. Okay, there's a couple different conversations going on right now simultaneously. One is a generational conversation about oil dependency and our worldwide reliance on fossil fuels. And that's not a conversation that can happen overnight. Of course, what we need to do is lower our dependency and wean ourselves off the need for fossil fuels through things like investing in alternative fuel sources, conservation. There's a lot of things that we can do, but those things won't happen today, okay? The other conversation that's going on is the immediate need to save the Arctic. Okay, so the boat that is docked right now in Swan Island is the Fennica. That's an icebreaker vessel. Okay, I don't know if any of you have ever watched television or picked up National Geographic. The ice caps are melting. The ice levels are depleting. They're breaking up right now. What Shell wants to do is to take this icebreaker up into the remote Arctic off the coast of Alaska, in some of the most dangerous seas on the planet, and begin drilling. Everybody acknowledges that there's a giant risk for an oil spill up there. We all remember when like 5 billion gallons, maybe it's a million, 5 million gallons of crude oil spilled into the Gulf of Mexico. Cleanup crews could not even get there fast enough to prevent 5 million gallons from leaking. Now, when this happens up in remote Arctic, right, where Shell can barely get up there on its own, who's going to be up there to clean it up? Nobody. That is just going to be an open, nasty wound leaking oil into the Arctic. And this is where indigenous native people live. This is colonialism. We can't just keep sending white, multinational, oppressive, colonialist, neo-colonialist regimes to these places and just extracting their resources and then just leaving them with a mess. It's happening all over the world. It's happening in South America at a rate of thousands of acres per second. We have to stop the long-term need for oil. But what we really need to do right now is we need to stop the icebreaker Fennica from leaving Swan Island. The people that right there on the St. John's Bridge that are hanging, and those people that are below the St. John's Bridge in those kayaks, is the last hope for saving the Arctic from drilling. Okay, do you understand? We don't need a vessel breaking up the ice. The ice is already melting. Do you know how much methane gas is contained under that ice? Do you know that we will set in motion irreversible climate change by releasing that much methane? Okay, so then you hear some right-wing guy or some troll on the internet, and they say, "Hey, that's ironic that you're in a kayak made of petroleum out there protesting." My Viso bottle is also made out of petroleum. My hat's probably made out of petroleum. My glasses are made out of petroleum. We live in a world that's super dependent on petroleum. There's nothing I can do about that. I can help have that conversation. I can help steer future generations into weaning themselves off of oil dependency, but I can't do that today. And for you to expect that today I'm going to find these weird alternatives so that I can save the day, or I can help save the day, or I can cheer and applaud for those people that are up there on the bridge saving the day, that's ridiculous. You're missing the forest through the trees, and you're purposely trying to circumvent the argument. The argument is to protect the Arctic. That's where freaking Santa Claus lives. They're trying to destroy Christmas. They're trying to kill the polar bears. They're trying to ruin the people that live up there, the indigenous people that live. There's people that live up there. We have to stop that vessel at all costs. Anything else is crazy, and anybody that would advocate destroying the ice sheets for the convenience of their commute or their convenience of not having the voice interrupted when the news breaks, you must really, really hate the earth. Register to vote.